Hello everyone, Stevie T here, and today I'm talking about guilt. A really quick video about guilt and shame. A lot of us carry guilt and shame every day from our childhood, from new experiences, maybe something happened yesterday, and or we're so empathic that we feel other people's guilt and shame and fear. So if you feel like you're an empath, I guide you to go to my empathic video about an empath and how to identify yourself. Start a little timer here so I don't go over. Um, Here's the quickest way that I have found to be helpful and clients of mine have found to be very helpful. So I'm sharing it with you to get beyond guilt, fear, and shame feelings. So, number one, your guilt, fear, and shame feelings, they're valid. Let it sink in, because not everyone is going to agree with your reasoning for anything. So know that whatever you feel is always valid. It's valid in your life experience, because you are feeling it. No one can deny that you're feeling it. Okay? One of my favorite things I learned from Spirit and myself and my soul, God, is that no one can tell you that what you know or what you feel isn't what you know or isn't what you feel, because you are feeling it and you know it. So know that's valid. Number two, they're temporary. Now, these things are deep rooted. And yes, I'm calling them here feelings. Guilt, shame, their feelings. They're from the emotional scale. So is fear. They are the lowest of vibration on the emotional scale. If we're thinking of 0 to 100, shame and guilt and fear being 0, and joy and ecstasy and unconditional love being 100. They are the lowest on the emotional scale. If you want a better life for yourself, you're going to need to vibrate higher through your frequency of being. Basically it's how frequently are you vibrating in a state that is of courage, which is a catalyst to love and above. And so, number one, all your feelings are valid. Number two, all your feelings are temporary. Your guilt and your shame and your fear is temporary. Okay, number three, they are visitors. They are visitors here to teach you how to transform, what to look at, what to heal. I have heard from Spirit many times, and it's been written probably many times, many places, that healing, we're like onions. You can think of us all like onions. And healing is happening one layer at a time, one peeling at a time. And life is like this 2D spiraling circle where we can be going through life and we deal with something or heal something and it swings right back around and our minds are like, what the hell? I thought I dealt with all that last year, 2 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And why is it as real as ever right now, here today, in this new now life experience? The reason is because you're ready to heal the aspect of it that's meeting you where you are. Just plain simple, period. It's just, as you expand and grow, anything that you no longer need for your highest and greatest good any longer, it's going to show itself so you can expel it and tell it where to go, and you can keep going forward with that which does support you in your life. And what supports you in your life and keeps you going is optimism, positivity, courage, and all things from love and above. So they're visitors here to teach us. So they are your teachers. Fear, guilt, and shame are teachers. They're here to teach you. And so are the people who have triggered the guilt, the fear, or shame. They are your teachers. Have gratitude. I know it sounds crazy, but have gratitude for your teachers and your experiences as teachers themselves as well. So when we do this, we put things in a perspective where we're no longer the victim, we're choosing to be the victorious. And it's a decision. To me, it's a choice and a decision. Even if you have to make that decision every single day or multiple times a day, I don't care how many times a day, you keep making the choice to live beyond your fear, beyond your shame, and beyond your guilt. So look at it like peeling the layers of an onion. That is how our healing really goes as human beings on this planet, as far as my self-experience has taught me, and that my clients have related to and found to be very helpful to understand, or to remind them of that. A lot of it's not teaching you anything new, it's just reminding you of that which is truth. Now, again, don't let me ever tell you what your truth is. You decide what your truth is. And don't let anyone tell you what your truth is. You decide your own truth all the time. So, here's an exercise that Spirit gave me. It's very simple, very easy, very quick. And so, you decide not to own them. So these are feelings, they're visitors. Do not own them. You do not have to live as a victim. That's a choice. Yes, there are circumstances where someone held power over us and we chose to give our power away. That there is it's a very huge realization. But you, at the same token, can choose that you are powerful, you've been powerful the entire time, and you are a victor. Any power that you feel that is not with you and that is rightfully yours, call back. Say, any and all power that is rightfully mine, that I perceive not to be with me in this here and now space, returns to me now, whole, clear, and complete, and healthy. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and so it is. Thank you, God. Reclaim your power. Know that you're always powerful. You're always a victor. It's about choices. Choices are our point of power. Let them pass through you as visitors. Shame, guilt, fear, lower vibrations. So you acknowledge, say, I see you. I know what to do with you. I'm deciding consciously that I'm not a victim. I have power. I'm going to reclaim my power. I'm going to decide to not own you any longer. So, you have to remember, and this is my offering. I'm just very passionate, so I'm like, you have to. You have to remember, you are autonomous. No one has any rulership over you. You are a soul, a spark of the divine. These aren't just fluffy, fun words that make people feel fantastic and magical. I'm not here to make you or express anything that, like a Hallmark card to make you feel fluffy and make you feel better about going to bed tonight on an illusionary premise. I really believe you and I are sparks of divine light. We are from one creator of positivity. So your soul, it's precious. You are precious. You are needed. And so you have to remember you're autonomous. No one has any rulership over you. I don't care if it's your government, a person, or an idea. In spiritual truth, from where I sit, you are autonomous. It also means you're senior. You, with your soul and God, or your source, you are senior, which means you make all the choices and decisions through the gift that God has given us, which is called a free will. So remember, you are autonomous. You make your own decisions. No one makes you do or feel anything that you do not consent to on some level, including me. That means you're taking a lot of responsibility, but you're taking right responsibility. You're acknowledging the truth. So it doesn't have to be this weight on your shoulders. It's a really liberating feeling to remember that you have the choice to feel better because you said so, because you're deciding to take action steps toward that. And that's what it's about. It's about action. So remember, you're autonomous, you are a senior, and you have sovereignty. So that really means nothing rules over you. So you instruct yourself, You have the say, and you have the power, and no one rules over you. Remember that always. So if I were you, I would write down the thing that's bothering you, the fear, the thing you feel shameful about, or the thing you feel guilt over. Don't have to go into detail. Just write out what it is, the subject, the little part of it, the tidbit that you recognize. And then say, you can, and I encourage writing it out because it takes it from the ethers and it brings it through you and physically into your physical space because we're human beings and physical. And I would write something like, I no longer decide to feel guilt about this traumatic event that you've written down because I understand that I am a victor, I am powerful, and I decide to remember I am autonomous, senior, and I'm sovereign. Now, it's one thing to write something and it's one thing to believe it, but these are action steps. And if you listen to your intuition, you will have more action steps to take toward this. And again, it's peeling away of the onion, okay, to get deeper to the healing. Every layer is a lot of healing. So I offer you this. And also I would write down after that, because you're making a decision right there on number 2. So number 1, you're naming the thing. And number 2, this is a suggestion, you don't have to do this, but take what you want from here and leave the rest, of course. I'm just offering all this for you. And number 2 is, I'm deciding I am powerful. I'm choosing not to feel disempowered by this thing anymore. And then number 3, I kind of lost my train of thought. Oh, yes. Number 3 is a reaffirmation. So you kind of want to turn it backwards. Not kind of, you do. So it's just what's helped me, so and helped my clients. So I offer you say it was, because I can relate to this, so I'm just going to use myself as an example, because that's what I do best. I am not the robbery and sexual assault that happened to me. So my number 3 would be, I am a loving and powerful being of the universe who is a victor and a very compassionate person that deserves to be loved and treated with kindness, loving, compassion, and understanding. And so that's just one like affirmation. You want to start with I am. So it's very powerful. Even or if you just say I am that, I am, which acknowledges everything that you are without polarity. May this support you. May this serve you. Thank you very much. And if you want a private reading with me, you can go down in the description below. And please come every Friday. I'm going to have videos out every Friday. And I love you. Thank you very much. Hope it serves. Goodbye for now. Or no goodbyes. I'll see you later.